Nisha B. Her Jazzy Lee. We back in this thing like a chicken wing whistle. Hey, what's up? Hey.
Okay. This video is gonna be about how we met.
And it's kind of diced up, I guess, in a way. But we're gonna try to give you as many details as we can remember.
Yeah. You gonna start on the first.
On the first day I met you, that nigga was getting fired. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the first day we met, the day before the first day we met, I remember, I knew you got hired. I knew that. But, you know, our GM at the time, he was like, y'all, the big people are coming tomorrow. Make sure y'all got your uniform. Make sure y'all on everything, because they're going to come in here, they're going to be looking at stuff, they're going to be firing people, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, ooh, let me be right, you know. So I walk in, and by the time I walk in, the big boss is there. Another guy is there that I don't know, but I don't know the big boss either like that. I met Drew before, but I had never, like, known him like that. So he in there, and I think I came a little bit early because I think we were scheduled at the same time. And I think you came, because you were never late. You always came a little early. But I think I came like 30 minutes early. Just because I knew that the bosses was going to be there. And so I'm in there, probably not even 30, about 15 minutes early. And so I come in, and one of our coworkers was like, that's our new GM. So I'm thinking he playing. I'm like, okay, whatever. So they saw, so our GM ended up packing up all his stuff, and Jazz walk in, and I'm like, okay, they probably gonna send her home because it's her first day, and it's awkward to start your first day,
right, with a new boss,
and with just a lot of chaos. It was just a lot of junk everywhere, like, and the way they fired him, they didn't just fire him, they demoted him. So he didn't go down from a GM to just not working anymore. They took him down and made him so he could be a manager at another store, like a shift leader. You're not even a manager, not even getting 40 hours a week. You were getting like maybe 25. 30 at the most, and that's what you're gonna get, and you can jump all the way down and pay. Like, that was messed up. So that's the first day I think we actually really seen each other. And I think, you know, I was like, hey, what's your name? She was like, Jazz. And it's like, okay, I'm Nisha, blah blah blah. And I was a driver, so she was an insider, so we really didn't get to talk much that night because I think they didn't even let you stay too long. And then after that, I don't remember really seeing you like that. I was transitioning. I was gonna move at the time because I was moving out. And so I was leaving anyway. Like, I was doing back and forth. And when I moved, I started working in Fairfield to get like extra hours. And they paid, their tips was like way better. So fast forward until, and then I started working for Papa John's, period. And you were working for a little while. You weren't working that long, and then you got promoted. Because I feel like you didn't work that long as a insider.
No.
Okay, so this your story. So then you got promoted, and I gotta tell you how shady Jazz is.
I'm not shady. Ain't that happy? I mean, it was smooth sailing to everybody that started pissing me off.
Because everybody thought she was sweet. They thought she was a pushover. They think I'm the mean one. They still think that. And that's the crazy part. People think I'm the mean one at the group. And she laughs because she knows it's not true. And she knows it's not true, like, at all. But, like, Jazz be ready to kill you. I'd be at least trying to talk you through your death that you might not, you can avoid. Jazz be, like, seriously, like, finna run you over with her. But, so.
I think it had to be at least a good year.
Because I didn't work for y'all for a long time. And I only came back because of Miami. I was going on a trip to Miami, and I was like, if I work with y'all for this month, by the time it's time for me to go to Miami, I have the checks that I'm already got stacked up and like 2 extra checks for Miami. So I was like, let me go down here and see if I can just work in the inside part-time and get me a little check so I can leave.
That didn't work.
So I got there. The day that I started back, what did you do?
I put in my 2 weeks notice.
So I was like, oh, hold on, lady. I was like,
which wasn't true.
She's like, I'm here trying to get her spot. I don't want it. I just want to be the inside. I don't want to be no manager. And my GM was pushing me to be a manager, though. He wanted me to be, even before I even left and I was doing just the driving, he wanted me to be a manager, and I wouldn't do it. And so Jazz quit on me. Put her 2 weeks notice in. Oh, was like, and then mind you, we didn't really talk at all.
We didn't.
We both was insiders, but we never really talked. I mean, we weren't rude to each other.
Right.
Like we would work around each other. You know, if she asked me to go get somebody cool, I go get it, vice versa.
Yeah.
But and I don't think I ever and I don't know why. I knew she was a manager, but I don't think I ever thought of her like a manager. I always just kind of considered us having the same job for some reason, and it wasn't on purpose. Like I ain't really disrespect you or nothing, but I didn't. It clicks to me that for a little while you was my manager, and I didn't take it like that, you know, because like when we both was there, it just seemed like the shifts went by smoother. Yeah. You know,
yeah,
it was easy.
We both
and we both knew what we was doing.
Right.
So
no shade. No
that
shade.
So that 2 weeks went by fast as fuck. The 2 weeks that it went by fast. It went by really fast because she actually left. She left. Yeah. And you left for a minute.
Yeah, it was about a month.
Yeah, you left for a minute. And Bob was still pushing me to be a manager. I wasn't going to do it. And so he was like, well, at least just do the cornerstones. He tricked me because he was like, you got to do your cornerstones for inside. But he was making me do it, the advanced ones. Yeah. And so when I finally, Zach started doing them. He was like, I need you to be a manager too. Like, because I'm finna leave. Because that's when Zach was working too. Because Zach did part of my, he did part of my cornerstones. Which I don't remember him being a manager when you were there though. I feel like he came when you left, maybe. Like just.
No, he was a manager.
He was already a manager? I feel like I didn't work with him much. I feel like he didn't work much.
No, because Zach taught me how to do that. That's the only reason why I remember he was manager.
Yeah. So we worked for a little while, and then Zach was leaving. I don't know how and when Zach left.
I think he just quit.
Yeah, I feel like he just didn't come here one day and just was like, fuck it. Yeah. And then Sean when we both were managers?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hold on. Let's go back. So, he finally convinces me to be a manager, and I'm like, okay, well, who gonna be a manager with me? Because he had this trip coming up, and I think it was like a week and a half, week of him. He was leaving for a week to go to Georgia, which is where he's from. So I was like, first of all, he trained me for 2 days, and he was like, well, I'm leaving after these 2 days. I'm not gonna be here anymore. I'm like, well, who the freak gonna be here to help me? Like, what I'm gonna do? I mean, not that I was like intimidated, but if I'm the only manager, that means I have to open and close every day for this whole week and a half that you're gone. So I'm like, give me Jazz number. Cause
me and the GM, we were already talking about me coming just for that week.
And I don't think he felt like he was getting through to her. So I was like,
yeah, cause I had came up there one day. I forgot why I was up there. He was like, so you thought about it? I was like, I don't know. And then I had left, and that's when he started texting me. Yeah.
So I was like, he was like, well, I'm trying to get Jazz to come back. I was like, trying ain't good enough because I'm not gonna be here by myself. But I was like, if you can't get her to come back or anybody to come back, I got a problem. And out of all the people, he was like, well, you need to pick somebody. I was like, well, just give me Jazz number because I didn't want Zach to do it because I knew that Zach was gonna slack, and then I was still gonna be doing the same thing. He was gonna probably basically put me on all nights, and then we wouldn't be able to transition. Even though me and you, I don't really think you liked the mornings because you was always by yourself, and that's when all this like the state people come in and all the other stuff, and a lot of people didn't like that. I would always have to deal with those people even to the end. Ooh, this got bad. Oh, this got so bad. So I called Jazz. I'm like, hey. I don't know. I can't remember if I called or text you. I think I talked to you though. I remember talking to you. And I was just like, hey.
I think you texted me first and then you called me.
I was like, hey, I know. I got your number for Bob because she didn't come off at this purpose. You could just call her. You can't just text her if she don't know you. I was like, I got your number for Bob. I was so scared to send that text, and I was like, hey, you can't leave me here by myself. And so she was like, so you a manager now too? I was like, yeah, like, cause I really at the time, and it was hard for me too, cause at the time I thought that you quit because of me. Yeah, anyway,
I don't know why.
And I think that you know why. You know why. We talked about this before. One of my coworkers made it seem like her and my ex was like talking, and that I was supposed to have a problem with it, but I didn't, cause he wanted me to be on his team. You remember it was like a clique. It was like, you know, like me and my ex, we weren't enemies. We just went through a bad transition of like living together and everything, so all of us still worked there together when I started back. And I think it was awkward for my ex because he really didn't want to work with me again, and I think it's because he didn't know how I was gonna feel about nothing. And then him and her had developed a friendship over that time, so it was like our other coworker who really liked her just assumed that they had something more going on, and then he tried to make it like basically trying to put me on his team while they was on the team, so he wouldn't feel like he was alone. Right. You know, so I didn't know if that was why. Yeah, neither one of us cared, and so I was like, I didn't really care. So I never came at her like that either. Right. I was like, you ain't gotta quit because of me. I don't care what you do with nobody. I think that's why I'm like that now. That's probably why I'm like that now, because it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't want you to quit because of me. I just want you to don't leave me here. So, and I didn't know her like that to be talking to her like that. But the first day I did call you, I was talking to you like we knew each other. I was like, hey, Jan, don't leave me. I was like, you ain't got to. Cause, and even when I told her to come back, I didn't even think about it like, come for this week. Like, I was like, don't leave me ever. Like, don't leave me. So, long story short, she come back. And this is where things get interesting, I think, for us. Because we didn't get really close in that first year. Well, we got close, but it was like more of like a, we hate this job. Yeah. And so, you know, she was talking to me about like, you know, what she was doing. Because I knew Jasmine didn't really go and leave and do anything. I think she just was really tired of doing all the work and the pressure of all of that by yourself. Because when you're, one thing about that job, they will leave you there and not leave you with any help. Like, they don't care about how you gonna get your shift ran, how you nothing. They don't care about none of that. They will let you. Bob was really good at like making sure we had what we needed, but as far as like any other thing, he didn't cripple us, and I think that's why we were different than other managers at other stores. Because the other managers at other stores, they'd be surprised that we can do stuff. Yeah, they can't do because we used to do a lot of stuff like dropping money and. Ordering trucks and stuff like that, and they would send somebody to order our truck, and it's like, that's unnecessary. We don't need y'all for that. Like, y'all want to count your stove. We knew how to do it, but we didn't want to do it. If you want to count this inventory, you can do that. But like, we kind of knew everything because he didn't cripple us when it came to that. Because that's all he taught me. The first day I got there, he taught me how to order the truck and he taught me how to count. That's it. That's the only two things he trained me on. The rest of that stuff, you pretty much, it's common sense, so you pretty much just have to figure it out, you know. And being a driver, you know I have to get.
And once you do it a lot, it like it comes automatically.
It's natural. So, we come back, we go through that week, and I think it was kind of smooth. I don't think we really went through no problems. Besides customers being rude and her and the dude who liked to probably get into an issue every so often. All of us get into an issue so often, and then our boss come back. And I feel like once our boss came back, it was different because I could tell he didn't want to be back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was different. And I felt like we had more freedom. Like, after he came back from Georgia that one time, I feel like we still felt like we was doing a lot of work. Like, even when he was there, I felt like we were doing a lot of work. Because I think right after he came back, he got another store. Yeah, he did. And so, he got another store. Oh, and this is where I think this is where our friendship came from. This is where our friendship came from. It was scary. It was scary. And when I think about it now, I couldn't believe we went through so much at that, just in that short period of time. Like, working those many days, doing all that stuff. Because I was like, when Jasmine is very, like, she one of them people, you got to let her take a nap. Let her take a nap. Like, leave her alone, let her take a nap. Because she needs to rest. Like, if you work her too hard, you gonna know it. Like, she gonna come in that irritable. Like, she is definitely that person. So I felt like I was more keen to be like, okay, well, I'll just work every day and make sure at least you have one off day, because just they don't want to see her. It's crazy because we wasn't even that close, and I kind of peeked up on that though. I was like, no. So we ran a store by ourselves for about a month and a half.
We weren't even supposed to though. Because he was supposed to come back some days. Yeah, he was supposed to come back Saturdays and like Tuesdays. But he stopped coming all together. And we was like, okay. And I remember the first Tuesday he didn't come. I remember getting a call from SARS like, Bob's not here. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, Bob's not here. So I was like, okay. So I ended up coming in, and like, I didn't rely on him to come that Saturday. I just knew that I needed to be up in the morning to come in on that Saturday. And it was cool because she loved nights and I loved days. She didn't want to work nights, but she definitely didn't want to work days. Right. So I thought it was dope. And even then, because once we got close, I would stay all day. I would not go home. Yeah. I would like stay all day just to make sure everything ran smooth and make sure, because we didn't have insiders. Our drivers were tired as fuck and we didn't have enough of them. It got to the point we have drivers. Right. We had like, because Sarge,
he went like on vacation. I think we had like
a paid vacation for like a week.
Laura and Abby. I think
I think at one point we just had Laura because Abby had got sick.
Yeah.
And it got bad. Yeah. It got really bad until we had to like shut down our well and make it. And basically we had no drivers for like weeks at a time or days at a time.
And they so damn stupid. They cut it off where we used to be able to like turn our web off where people can order, but they stopped doing that. So we had to
call people, tell them
to turn it off.
Yeah,
and then the customers get mad at us. Like,
well, I tried to explain that to you, and then the same people who were in control of or cutting our web back on were the same people who were supposed to allegedly come to the store and help or come to the store and count or you know they didn't do that. So we kind of got into this pressure point where we were just working non-stop for a company that was not paying us enough. Checks was definitely higher than we ever seen them though. But they definitely weren't paying us enough. And we were doing a job that we weren't even qualified for. I mean, we knew what we were doing, but we weren't qualified for it. And it wasn't our position. That we should have got paid as GMs and split it down the middle. We should have got paid for what we do and our GM. And they should have split it down the middle because we were really doing everything. Ordering, making sure we had everything.
It was one point she worked like 2 weeks straight without a day off.
I think it was like 15 days straight. At all. I ain't. And then because I knew at night we had because our insiders when you're not.
That was around the time my mom had surgery.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I was like, you gotta take your mama to this. You gotta do this, and you gotta make sure you there with her because. No, at the time, and I wasn't really close with you at that time. I didn't know your mom like that, but I knew how you felt about your mom, you know, and I knew that she was pretty much all you really felt like you had. So I was like, okay, I really got to make sure that she can do this because she don't play with her mama like at all. We saw that. Baby, that's another story. Baby, I was like, murder? Okay, I was like, oh, you finna die. I was like, Evan, who you finna call when you get like, I don't know. Man, what? I was scared, but we got really close really fast because we had no choice. I feel like we had to rely on each other to like get through that time. And then our GM, I think he kind of, I want to say he lost the other story. He said he kind of gave it up, but I think he lost it. And he ended up coming back. And I think once he came back, something clicked in our head like. But
he came back and he like quit. And then he came back.
And then quit again. And the whole time he quitting, we still there. Like we're still having to pick up everything he leaves when he leaves. Yeah. And when he left and when he quit, it wasn't like they found him a replacement right away. No, they didn't. It was like we were there and then we got replacements and they were under our qualification. No. Yeah. Like we got one GM who couldn't even do half of what we knew how to do. We were training our GM to do what we knew how to do, and she was our GM.
Oh, you talking about her?
Because it was like crazy when I would sit there and she would ask me like questions and I'm like,
shouldn't you know this?
Yeah, and you trained for 2 weeks to know something. And I feel like they should have let her train at least at our store. Yeah. Because it was just like, you come into something with this authority like, I'm over you. But if you don't know what you're doing and you say, hey, because we had got to the point where me and Jess had worked so many hours that when it hit that time on our schedule to get the fuck on, we clocked out. Yeah. We asked no questions. Yeah. I would never. What's his name? Sure. What's the other GM name? The one who came after Kiki. No, not Greg. I used to clock on Greg like it was nothing. Greg said he quit because me and Jazz was not baby.
Old buddy walked out the back door.
Doing the shit, man, the other day. Customer lobby full of customers and everything. Walked out, boy walked out the back door, went to his car, and A came back since. A came back. But I think when we, okay, so that was like a year. We did that for a year, like really ran the store for a year. And then my birthday came. No, my birthday came. Yep. And we went, and she came to my birthday party. And then after my birthday was like March, we went to Kevin Hart. And I think after Kevin Hart, we kind of just, we were already inseparable because we spent every day together, but we were really inseparable after Kevin Hart. You know, we had got really, really close. I think she came to my house a couple of times after that, and then I started coming over her house, and her mom started getting to know me, my mom started getting to know her, and now we're sisters, and they don't nobody play about us. And so then we start getting these ideas like, oh yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah. If y'all knew how bad being in that place, it's like the energy in that place is so horrible. Like as soon as you walk in the door, you instantly like feel the
heavy. Yeah.
It was bad.
That was hard. That was like.
And I feel like you should never ever
work under that kind of pressure.
Yeah. Even if it's not like your dream career or whatever. Even if it's like.
Because it's the depression that it takes you to, and it puts you in such a negative mindset.
Yeah.
You always ain't
like like I've never in my mind I knew I was like, you don't act like this. Why are you acting like this? Yeah. But I was over it. Yeah. Like I was cussing everybody out. Yeah. You clock out.
And it be my fault. I swear to God, Jazz can say that she can scream at the whole stove, and then they be like, Nisha mean. Nisha ain't saying that. Like, cause I swear I can't remember what happened one day. I was sitting there and I was like, I wasn't even talking this day. For some reason, I was over it.
We were back there.
I was over it. We were washing dishes and making sauces or something.
But I had told them this one.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, folding boxes.
Yeah, I was like, if you standing there, you ain't got nothing to do, you might as well fold boxes. So we can at least keep.
Because we had never been so low.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
Never.
I was like, you can at least fold boxes. I told that to their face. So I'm back there talking to her. I don't hear nail box move. Except for Laura, she was folding boxes. So I screamed at her. I was like, if you standing there, fold boxes.
And she's like, if you don't want to fold boxes, you can clock out. And then everybody come back down, and then people running out the front door, cussing at me. They like, that bitch.
Yeah, they got an attitude because they basically got told to do their job.
And I'm just sitting there like, I haven't said anything. My name always get put in something. Always. I was always the evil one. Even if Jazz could be the one, they can see Jazz do it, and they be like, Nisha made her do it. Like, and I'm just sitting there like, maybe I did. I don't know. I was so tired. I have to come to her and be like, did I say anything? Like, because they weren't used to it either. Because I was quick to tell people, like, go on, do it so we can get done.
Yeah.
You know, even when it came to, like, having to take authority because I knew Jazz wasn't going to do it. When it came to, like, making the schedules and making sure everybody knew what they had to do and stuff, she was just like, go ahead and do it. Whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do. And, you know, make sure they do it because I ain't got time. And everybody kind of knew what they were supposed to do, but people start slacking because you don't have a GM. When as much as we the managers, we not the GM, and we couldn't technically fire anybody. I mean, well, we found out we could later.
Right.
Ooh, he could have been told me that, but we found out we could later, but we didn't take that authority to do that.
Right.
And then I remember just being at work one day, listening to music, and being like, "We can't do this anymore. We got to find something that is better than this." And we decided to open a business together. And we spent all of our time and took all of our stuff from that place. We got I think we got every penny we deserved back from just everything everything we did in there. We made our whole website at work.
We did.
We had our whole website at work. We printed up all our papers at work, all our flyers at work, everything. We came up with our logo at work. Like, we really was on it. Because it would be days where we couldn't even deliver. So we would literally have nothing to do but sit there and come up with a game plan to get out of there. I think that's really inspiring.
Because people so lazy, most of the times if they call, they won't deliver it.
Yeah. And if you can't deliver, they will hang up. They don't care. You know, they'll call and place a carry out and then try to change it to delivery and still cancel it. So it was really easy to, like, well, not easy, but when we put our mind to the fact that we wanted to leave, we even prematurely left too. And not like prematurely like we should have stayed there, but we didn't even try to find another job. We was like, business lunch and we gotta go. We left for like a month.
What day was September? What? 20? It was 20-something.
20-something. We was out. I remember the day we quit. They ain't had no GM. They didn't have no managers. They didn't have nothing. And we didn't care. They was over there talking. They coming up there. They talk to Jazz because they was like, you know, they always heard stuff about me. They always heard stuff about me that wasn't true. It was like people would like there was times when people would try to threaten my life and all this stuff, and it had nothing to do with me. But because nobody wanted to see Jazz as anything other than this sweet angel, they had to pin it on somebody. And it was crazy because all the times that they could bring up that I was allegedly a bad person was the times where you did something and I got in trouble for it. It was like really weird, except the Crystal incident. Because when people came to me about Crystal, and I thought it was stupid because even with that, situation. She put her hands on me. I never touched her.
Right.
And it was because they wouldn't let me touch her. Like, Mike and Nisha dragged me out the store. And then the second time she did it, Bob caught us. And he took initiative. But it was weird because nobody would ever catch her doing anything. Now Nisha and them saw her, but Bob never saw her. So because he never saw her, she would always play victim. She would call him and da-da-da. But, like, I got lucky with the customer thing when we were, when he was out of town one time. He was gone. And a customer actually put it in the thing, like, put a complaint in. And was like, well, the black girl was sitting over there slapping dough, and the white lady screamed at her across the store. And she didn't say anything because the customers right there wasn't going to scream back. Right. But I was just like, you're not gonna do that. Like, you know, after everybody died down and that lady was still here because, you know, she had ordered pizza. I pulled Crystal's out. I was like, you're not gonna do that. I was like, and so she went up there and called Bob and made it seem like I really blew on her. And I'm just like, you the one screaming across the store. But I always came off as a bad person because I talk. My mouth is already aggressive. My tone is loud. And you're not going to run over anything that we have to do in here. I feel like the way we was working, how hard we was working, nobody went finna do that to us. We was not finna be in sacrificing our whole lives for everything. We couldn't do anything. We ate, sleep, and breathe that place. That's what we did. We ate there every day. It would get to the point where your mom was like, are you off? Like, when are you going to hang out? Then when she did get an off day, we couldn't do nothing we wanted to do because we had to spend time with our families that we hadn't seen in that long. I was missing all kind of family events, parties, like birthdays. I was missing everything for a place that I didn't give a shit about. I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm done. So when we opened that business, it was even now to know that I got it and I just got to get back on just really promoting it and doing all that stuff, which is something I really want to do soon. Print out flyers and really go out and promote again. But I would never trade it and I'd never go back. No.
Right.
Heck no. And eventually I won't work for anybody ever again.
Right.
Because that was a clear example of how people take advantage of you. So it was kind of like a story time and how we met.
Yeah. Josie.
That's how I know Jay is and that's how Jay know me. Because we hate PJ.
Right.
Yeah, I did it. Oh, but make sure you like,
comment,
and subscribe.
and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah.
Bye.